Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with another video on Nikke Goddess of Victory. Now in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is specifically focusing on the different type of teams you can build around the Mary Bay Goddess. Now for my last video, which I did go ahead and analyze the skill for Mary Bay Goddess, talked about how good she's going to be, and I talked about maybe the future meta of this game is focusing on monocentric teams. So with Mary Bay Goddess, you can take a look at her skills, check out my last video. I highly recommend it because I also talked a little bit about different teams you can build. Here in this video, I'm going to specifically just focus on the teams, go over the several reasons why you want to build a specific team around this character. But from the skill description, you guys should have already seen that she focuses on just buffing water code allies, which are the blue elements type characters, which means she's a character that will not be a universal character. You can't use her everywhere. You can only use her with one specific team in mind, but she can be good in PvP with her skills. That is absolutely amazing. Now in my last video, there wasn't an issue with her first skill. It looks like Nikke actually took down this skill description and re-uploaded the correct one. Now the old skill said affects self alone, and basically just heals herself, which was absolutely not that good. But now the new skill says activates when entering full burst, affects all allies, which basically increases HP. Now it says of final max HP. We don't know how good that is going to be, but hopefully this is a good amount of heals from this character, because if it isn't, then she's going to absolutely suck. But I'm just going to speculate. Her heals are good. The damage buff she gives is actually pretty good, but like I said, only for water code allies. Her second skill activates when using burst skill, affects all water code allies, buffs the attack by a certain percentage. It looks like about 20 point, okay, let's see, 20, 30, 8, 9, 10, maybe 40, yes, 40%, around 40% increase to damage against strong elements. I think that's what it says. And then we have the ult of the burst skill, sorry, which is 20 second, affects all water code allies, buff the attack by 23.23% for 3 seconds. Now that 3 seconds, I actually didn't notice in our last video, but that is actually quite short. If you compare that to Lita is 5 seconds, and I already feel that's short herself, but she's actually pretty good. So 3 seconds, quite short in my opinion. You will need a character that can increase burst duration. There are specific characters that actually do that in the game already. I believe characters like D, but I don't think you need to build a team around increasing the burst duration, because you probably won't be using Mary Bay Goddess as your main burst one character in the game. Let me talk about it. So the skill, so in terms of team building, I have a couple of teams that I would recommend right now. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe, stay tuned for more content on Nikke Goddess of Victory. If you guys don't want to miss out on future content on the game, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And if you guys enjoyed this video, help me out by liking the video. It helps everyone out because they're able to find the video, because YouTube will recommend it. So in terms of the team you want to build with her, I included Dorothy. Now this is a mono water team. Now in terms of Ray, imagine Ray is the Mary Bay Goddess. You want to put her all the way at the end, because when the auto does the, if you're running auto, you want to be using Dorothy's burst skill, and because of the damage from that, you don't really want to substitute Dorothy's burst for the Mary Bay Goddess burst, because the attack increase is not gonna be that good compared to Dorothy's. And Dorothy is going to be your main damage dealer in this team actually. Now one thing I would like to say is, if you want to run this team the best way, I feel like running it at manual will be the best. Sometimes you might require more heals, and that's why you might want to use Mary's burst skill with the recover 27.87% of the caster's max HP. Now I don't really need to say too much about why Dorothy and Privity work well together, but in terms of, if you want to know, it's because she reduces max ammo capacity by 50%. Now and she also buffs attack. Now you're wondering why that is good for Dorothy. Well, because Dorothy does damage based on last bullet. So last bullet, she was going to be hitting last bullet a lot more often with Privity, so your main damage dealer is going to be dealing a lot more damage. I'm using Viper as your burst 2 character because she is the only 20-second, now this is PvE, so in terms of PvE team, this is what you want to do. Viper as your burst 2, because she actually does provide quite good amount of buffs, so attack is increased here. Defense is decreased over here, and you also have this over here. When entering full burst, affects self alone, but whatever. This is cool for a burst 2 character. Next up, we got Privity. I already talked about it, but the attack buff, the reloading speed as well as increased. Stun as well, very nice. And then you have Helm, just in case you also need heals. She is a 40-second, whereas Privity is also 40 seconds. So you're going to be switching your burst 3 characters in terms of doing the burst skill will be Privity and Helm. In the future, when we get more water code characters, this team will definitely change. And then lastly, you have Mary. Now this is absolutely going to be a good team for Mary, just because Mary has a skill. So her skill 2 basically effect changes according to number of activation times, but basically damage as strong element is increased by 20% for 3 seconds, and twice damage as strong element increased by 13.88% for 5 seconds. 3 times damage as strong element is increased by 8.36% for 10 seconds. Now this is going to help you buff up your Dorothy. Basically Dorothy's damage is going to be increased more, because Dorothy's damage, if you want to compare Dorothy to Modernia's damage, my Dorothy actually does way more, not way more, but does similar damage to my Modernia. So you can expect Dorothy to be dealing good amount of damage as well in this team, and this is a PvE team alone. Now next up, let's talk about the PvP team that you want to run with Mary, because Mary will be absolutely amazing in PvP. I can say that. Now the team you want to be building around that is, where is it? I was working, did I not save it? Okay, we go over to here, and what you would do, like I said, imagine Ray is your Dorothy, so what you is your Mary. So you put Mary first because she has the heals, and she has well, she's the healer, so you can protect, she can protect your team. I would recommend you use another burst 1 character though. So in terms of another burst 1 character that's water, you can't really build a full mono water team. There we go. So you put Jackal on the other end, so you increase your burst regeneration, and then you can do enter burst a lot faster. And then for your burst 2, like I said, you definitely want to, okay, I would not recommend Polly, because actually I could recommend Polly for PvP, because she's actually quite good in PvP. So there's a few, actually we'll go with Polly first. I don't think it's the best option, but we'll go with Polly, and then we can run burst 3 characters, sorry. We run Privity as your stunner, and then lastly, you're gonna have your main damage dealer, whether it's Scarlet, whether it's your Haran, whether it's your Noir, and there you go. And then you have Jackal. So this is one team you can go ahead and build. This team would be good because Polly is a shotgun character. She can increase your burst regeneration is gonna be good. She creates a shield which protects you with her burst skill. Defense is increased, which is not that good, but she does have shared damage taken for 10 seconds, which is good to help protect Mary and protect her from dying. And she also buffs attack. And now with Jackal as well, Jackal also has similar skill with like shared damage, so pretty good as well. But I feel like Polly might increase your team's dying a lot faster, so maybe not Polly would be the best for PvP, and instead you use your Makima. Now if you have a burst 1 pilgrim character known as what's her face, I've forgotten her name. Let me just quickly save this team. I don't have her, but if you go over to this burst 1, what is her face? Oh, Rapunzel. So if you have Rapunzel, it would be a lot better to use that alongside Mary, and then you put your Makima as your burst 2 character, and then you have Privity, and then your damage dealer. That could be a very good team. Or you might want to run 2 burst 2 characters to help your Makima survive. I guess you can run Big Biscuit. No, not really Biscuit. I've forgotten which character they run. But yeah, this could be a good team for your PvP. The reason why in my last team for PvE you don't want to use Polly, even though Polly is a water code character, is because Polly is a 40-second character. 40-second, not that good PvE, because you would then have to change your team to revolve around 2 burst 2s, and to be honest, you lose damage when you do that. The reason why I don't recommend Makima, actually you can use Makima as well, you know, because that heals from Mary could be good to help protect her. Reloading speed is increased, defense increased, taunting as well, indomitability Okay, I think, okay, you could potentially run Makima as well for your burst 2, but definitely will say Viper is definitely a better option for your burst 2. So yeah, that is a team I would highly recommend for Mary Bay Goddess. She is going to be a monocentric character in the future. I know a lot of people don't like that she's a monocentric character, but in the future, if they release a very OP water character and you want to increase the damage even more, maybe going for Mary will help it out because you have the heals, you have the increase in damage. But is Mary Bay Goddess the best burst 1 character we have in the game? Absolutely not. I don't think she's going to be as good as Lita in terms of buffing damage or sustainability into actually. In terms of sustainability, sure, she has the heals, but Lita has the recovery, which is pretty good. And to be honest, no one can beat Lita. Lita is just absolutely insane as a burst 1 character. We also have Dorothy recently as well. That's amazing burst 1. But I think Mary is definitely up there for a very good supportive character, but I still see a lot of people don't really like that. But anyways, that's all I really wanted to talk about in today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.